Okay, I've been sitting here. I've been watching my videos over and over and over again. It's just my videos are addicting.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking to you. I'm doing a video.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Um,
I didn't get ready.
what's funny is when I go around town, like I said, people in their minds are saying, "Is this guy for real? What planet is he from?" And I actually have people that when they first thing they say when they see me is they say, "Beam me up, Scotty." Oh yeah, I mean, it's just too comical watching me. I just think that's funny. People around town they say, "Beam me up, Scotty." Um, oh, the people are like, is this guy for real? What planet is he from? Oh, oh my god, I'm just, I'm a unique individual. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, so somebody's not that much infused. Somebody's not that much infused with the Holy Spirit and that born of spirit, that hardcore. So somebody does is not as authentic and then not as genuine and full of life and spring in their super spring in their step, fire in their eye. Like I said, I act like I'm hardcore infused with Holy Spirit and extremely hardcore born of spirit, which would I think I am. I because when I became just so you know, I did a video on this, and it was a new experience. It is actually true. There's actually a thing called being born of spirit, and I'm not talking about the Christians version. The Christians version is different than the version I got. I got the real version. I got the real born of spirit, which is very potent, and it is true happening. Your cells, your DNA, your whole body is dead until you're born of spirit. I don't know how that works. I'm still learning. But when you're born of spirit, for some reason I mean, when you're genuinely born of spirit, I'm not talking about the Christian's version. I'm not talking about the religious version of born of spirit. That's I don't know what that's all about. And I don't speaking in tongues. Um, I don't want to know what that. I think it has to do with demons. I think it has to do with actual demons. Because remember, the churches, they have they have they have demon stuff. What they call it? Oh yeah, they have blood grids. All the churches have blood grids that are connected to them. Well, I shouldn't say all the churches. I'm told that most of the churches have blood grids. Most of the churches are involved with Demon and Dark Federation. Remember, and I tell people this all the time. If you want to be saved, if you truly want to be saved, and you because this is the time in the Bible, it talks about that divine creator, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Well, I mean, they don't say Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, but that's really what his name is. And the reason why they don't put that in the Bible is because the Bible has been twisted beyond belief. But they say the Divine Father. I mean, by the way, there's more than the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity. There's a lot more than that. The reason why they use the Holy Trinity is because remember back in that time the Greeks took over the Bible. The Greeks and the Romans took over the Bible, and they like twisted it. The Greeks and the Romans were influenced by the Dark Federation. I mean, most of them. I hate to say this, but a lot of their kings and queens, a lot of the ruling class was there's because remember, higher selves can either be of a star person, it can be from higher realms, or it can be a demon. Your higher self can be an actual demon. And just remember the higher selves, the people that have higher selves that are demons. I'm not talking about the demons you see on TV that possess people that are bloodthirsty, that are trying to trying to do wicked and evil stuff. There's a lot of demons that are civilized. There's a lot of demons that are they're just like you and me. They're just of a harsher nature. They're more rougher. They're more serious. They're more combative. They're more aggressive. So just remember that the demons. The reason why they put that on TV is remember the reason why they put that stereotype that demons are bloodthirsty and then they want to do all kinds of wicked and bad stuff to you is because remember the Dark Federation. They gain power by putting fear into you. And that's how they control you. That's how they feed off of you. They feed off your power by torturing you. Well, just so you know, the Dark Federation. This is the whole reason why in the lower realms, and if you want to call it hell, because it really is like a hell. The reason why they torture people, like I said, is it's not for fun. They don't, Dark Federation. That would get boring after because they've tortured people for millions for a long time. I'm talking about longer than the Earth's been around. The lower realms have been torturing people longer than, and they wouldn't be torturing people that long for fun. The Dark Federation, they're a lot smarter than you think. The Dark Federation, I mean, they're uh, I this is what I told. This is what I've been told. Um, they're just as powerful as us light side. The Dark Federation is just as powerful as us, but they're on the different end of the spectrum. And remember that the whole reason why they torture people, the whole reason why they rip people apart and they do extremely painful things to people is to create weapons, to create new technology, to develop new stuff. Because that's the only way the lower realms is able to get new technology, new weapons, and new upgrades. It's by torturing, by ripping people apart, by doing extremely painful stuff. That's why when you see in those videos, people getting, you know, hot pokers, in their skin and their flesh getting torn off. That really does happen. But they don't. This whole scenario, like they do it for fun, is. I mean, they do get enjoyment out of it. And they do feed off of you. So sometimes leaders and commanders of the Dark Federation, they do eat people to get a high. They do eat they eat you alive. When you're living, they do eat you, which is extremely painful. I've heard a lot of stories about this. I've actually saw which I there was a time when Divine Creator and the High Lord of Snows, Grand Central Sun, I was struggling. I was having trouble staying devoted. I was having trouble staying determined, and I actually failed for like 2 weeks, a week and a half. I failed, and they actually gave me a taste of what failure looks like, and I gotta see the dark forces on this planet, like the reptilian humans, the SSP Alliance, the Illuminati, um, the Ehtah Germans. I actually saw what if I failed them, what is going to happen to them, and I actually saw actual demons and Dark Federation commander. I don't know if they call them commanders or generals or warlords or what they call them, but they're the powerful Dark Federation people, and they were actually eating Illuminati, SSP Alliance, reptilian humans, Antarctic Mars Germans, Cabal actually alive. It was wicked. It was sinister. I mean, if I could have nightmares, I probably would have had a nightmare. It's very difficult for me to have nightmares because I don't fear very easily. It's very hard to make me fearful because um, I'm just immune to fear. But if I could have nightmares, I probably would have had nightmares for like a week. But like I said, I'm pretty much immune to fear. It's very hard to make me fearful because I've literally been tortured, and the torture that I experienced is extremely bad. The torture that the SSP Alliance, the Illuminati, the Anti-Mars Germans, reptilian humans, and the Cabal will get if I fail them, the type of torture they get is far more than the torture that I got. I mean, I got some pretty painful torture. I mean, it almost drove me insane. They're gonna get even worse torture if I failed them. This is why I'm so devoted. This is why I'm so dedicated. This is why when the SSP Alliance, when the Antarctic Mars Germans, when the Illuminati, when the Cabal, when the reptilian humans, when they suppress me and they do this mean stuff to me. This is why I forgive them, and this is why I have love for them. Because if that week and a half that they gave me a taste of failure, which was a wick, which was a I'm telling you, if I could have nightmares, I would probably have nightmares for like a month straight. But it was some extremely wicked stuff that I saw. That they let me experience if I fail. This is why I'm so dedicated. This is why I'm so passionate. This is why I go up and beyond. This is why I jump. I literally jump hoops, and this so I'm so passionate about servitude and being serving the people, especially serving the Dark Federation. Because if I fail them, they're literally gonna get eaten. They're gonna get eaten alive. They're gonna be tortured. Their skin's gonna be ripped off. And this is not something. This is not a game. This actually happens. It's actually real stuff that goes down, and this will happen to them. And so this is why when they do things to me, I don't get mad. I don't. I try not to get mad. I try to forgive. I try to let it go, and I try to have love for them, because they're confused. If the SSP Alliance, as the Antarctic Mars Germans, if the Cabal, if the Illuminati, if the reptilian humans in the system, if the Costumary Mafia, if the ruling families really knew what's gonna happen to them when they go in front of the Divine Court and they get rejected and they have to go to the lower realms, the kind of stuff that's gonna happen to them, it's so sick and twisted, and so painful. It's painful to even watch it. I mean, you really, my mind is breaking even watching them get eaten and watching them get tortured and ripped apart and their skin and when they die they're brought back and it's done over again. And I mean, they do so much. They do so much dark and twisted stuff down there in the dark in low realms. Remember, all this stuff is for a purpose. They don't. Sometimes they do things for fun, but a lot of times they do this for weapons, for development, for advancement, to create new things. This is why. Just remember, the Dark Federation just as well. We won the war. We're considered more powerful, but I believe that they're just as powerful as us. Maybe we're slightly more powerful. So don't underestimate the Dark Forces. Don't underestimate the Dark Federation. They're demon commanders. They're demon generals. Their extra-dimensional beings are extremely powerful. And remember the a lot of these demons, they're not like demons you see on TV. These demons are just like you and me. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. I mean, they're very intelligent. These Dark Federation are not bloodthirsty zombies. They're not dummies. They're actually very smart. They're actually some of the smartest people in all the universes, and they're actually a lot of them are extremely powerful. Like I said, well, us Light Federation, we may be slightly more powerful, but the Dark Federation, they're like right under us. They're extremely powerful, and they're not to be underestimated. And just remember, the Dark Federation cheats all the time. They bypass the rules, because a lot of times they can get away with this, and that's the reason why this is one of their huge downfalls, is because they've been breaking the rules, and so they allow and it's something that was designed, because the Light Federation is designed to be better, and these reasons why rules are in place is to give us Light Federation advantage, because I mean if um if rules weren't in place and things weren't set up, if regulations weren't set up, it would just be pure chaos. I mean, it would just be bloodshed, wars, and I mean, it would be the whole universe would be in chaos. It would be a very um, chaotic, reality to live in. Everything would be, you think everything's on the fly now. You think everything's, chaos and unscripted. You do not realize if there's no rules and there's no regulations in place to keep the Dark Federation, from causing outright chaos and outright, um, insanity. It would be like it would be like something you've never seen before. Everything would be just there'll be if there's just so you know rules and regulations are important. It's crucial, and all universes, all galaxies have rules and regulations. It's crucial because I mean, if there's not balance, if it's not, it would not work. The universes, um the whole the realities would not work if there's no rules and there was no balance. If there wasn't things in place to keep order. And remember, this is how it's like. This is how balance is kept. But like I said, if the rules weren't in place, if things weren't set up, it would just be pure chaos. I mean, literally, the Light Federation and the Dark Federation would be at a stalemate, and it would just things would not be compatible. Well, back to my story. Uh, when I this week and a half, when I experienced what it means to fail, if I were to fail, if I were to fail, what would happen? They gave me a taste of it, and it was unbearable. This is why I have so much dedication. That this is why I'm so passionate about helping and empowering people and trying to truly save somebody. Remember, if you truly want to get saved, type in YouTube, search Suzanna Maria Emmanuel. I'll type that. I'll put that in the description. Maria Emmanuel, and you go to her activation courses and get activated. That's all you have to do. Simple as that. You don't have to you don't have to worship it. Actually, us Light Federation, we don't worship anybody. We don't worship each other. Worship is actually forbidden in the higher realms. In heaven, you are not allowed to worship, because when you worship, if you, no matter, because in the higher realms we're all equal. We all try to help each other. We all try to empower each other. Worship is not allowed. Um, Hurting people, being dishonest, and being just doing negative things is not allowed, because that's not the rules of the higher realm. If you want to go to heaven, and you want to you want to be a creator lord, you want to have everything you want. You want to basically live in heaven. If you want to be in heaven, you have to get your codes. Remember, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel the Great. Sorry, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel. Suzanna Maria. I'll put that in descriptions. Watch her videos. Go take her course. Get her codes. Remember, if you're Star Seed, you don't have to take your classes. You can get your codes from your Star Seed collectives, from your higher selves. The higher realm people already can give you. If you're Star, remember, Star Seeds are basically higher realm people that basically Star Seeded from the higher realms. Like, I'm a Star Seed, and my higher self is an Arcturian, but your higher self has to be from the higher realms. Not everybody. There's only 144K of us that are of the higher realms. So remember, there's, I don't know, there's like 8-9 billion on the planet, and there's only 144,000 of us that are Star Seeds. So just remember that. That's a very low number. So it's most likely you're not a Star Seed. So most likely you have to go and get the activations through Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, through her activation classes. You can take the 3-day course, and her stuff is extremely cheap, and it's legit. I can guarantee you, it's legit. It's real stuff, and it really does. And if you want to go further, you can do the 10-day course. And I already have 15-20 people. Sadly, I couldn't get any young people to go, but I have already 15 and 20 people that are all 60, 70, 80 years old that are they already have it set in their mind, and they already working on getting visas and passports that are we're gonna go as a group, and we're gonna get these activations. Some people will only be able to stay for 3 days. Most of us will be able to stay the full 10 days. And I'm sad that no young people wasn't even interested in this. Every young person shot me down, and I know a lot of people. I know a tremendously lot of people, and lot of young people shot me down because they felt like it wasn't worthy for them. They feel like they don't have the time, they don't have money, and I just thought in my mind, are you for real? You wanna something that takes you? I mean, if it was really that hard, you can just do the 3-day course, and you would still get accepted in the high realms. You don't want to spend 3 days out of your life to get activation codes. You rather go in front of the divine court, in front of highest archangel Chiron, and explain that you can't spend 3 days, $300. That's like $300, like nothing. To get activation codes to belong in heaven, to belong in the high realms. Remember, you need this. If you're not 144K, if you're not one of the light workers, that's the only way you can get your codes is through Suzanna Maria Emmanuel. And if you can't spend 3 days, $300 to get codes, you obviously don't belong in heaven. You obviously don't belong in high realms. And don't believe this Jesus stuff. This Jesus stuff. I mean, I have respect for Jesus. Jesus is an ascended master, but even Jesus himself, just so you know, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, she is Jesus in the modern time. Jesus was one of her past lives. Actually, one of her other selves is Jesus the Prince, who's going to come here. And she also has another higher self. Like everybody, There's a lot of us aspects there's multiple of us. We're all the same person, but we're different forms. So remember, one of my forms is an aspect. My highest form is an aspect. Is an aspect. I get another form that's an Arcturian. I get other versions of me, Drew, but I'm the best version of Drew. And Suzanna Maria Emmanuel is no different. And it's a special. All of us aspects have like several different forms because we're so special. Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, she has herself. She has her archangel love element. She has her energy element, who I have communication with. Her angel and her energy element are two different people. I mean, they're the same person but different forms. And then she has Jesus, who in our modern time, I'm not talking about Jesus, her 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 lifetime, Jesus 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about Jesus the Prince, who's a star person. So literally, there's several different forms inhabit. Um, there's several different versions of the same person, and a lot of us very advanced people. We this is how it works. I mean, most of you guys only have like a couple of forms, and usually have a higher self in your lower. Well, I'm told that there's many different realities. So actually, everybody has a lot of different forms. They don't just they're not aware of it, and that's something that will be explained when the star people come here, and um, the star people will explain that better than I can. How that works. Everybody has multiple different forms of the same person. So I'm sorry about this long video. It's crucial that you understand this. You understand this. I don't. The stuff that I saw so sick and twisted. That if the SSP Alliance, if the Illuminati, if the Cabal, if the Antarctic Mars Germans, if the reptilian humans really knew what was going to go down, if they go down the path they're going, and literally you can't beat these guys can't beat us. I mean, there's trillions of us, and we got some of the most powerful people. When we get the High Lords, we got divine critters, brothers and sisters. I mean, yes, the dark forces they called in extremely powerful people from the other universes, but we called in even more powerful people from the from the central universes, from divine critters, brothers and sisters. We called it even more powerful people, and actually, we're so powerful right now. We have so many people on our side. We have so many people doing our campaign that actually people that are on their side are flipping over to our side. Like the Antioch and Anunnaki switched over to our side. The Cabal switched over to our side. When now we own we have the Anunnaki. The insectoids switched over to our side. A lot of the extra dimensional beings are switching over to our side. They're the main overlords. The Greys, the tall and short Greys, have switched over to our side. Remember, the Cabal has switched over to our side, which is a major victory. And I would, oh, it's kind of funny. I was trying to help them, and they thought I was baiting them, and which that was an orchestra. I was really trying to help them. I in the end I did help them. I did save them, but the, I was trying to help them. They thought I was trying to bait them. They thought I was trying to taunt them. They thought I was trying to do my Jedi mind tricks on them. They made a bold assault on me. They actually killed me, and they actually gave us they actually gave us the because we have to get in. We can't just come after these forces if they do nothing. They have to give us an invitation. That's the rules. That's the rules of engagement. They have to engage combat with us, and then they have to do something. They have to suppress us. They have to do something that causes us to intervene. The funny thing is, I was actually trying to help the Cabal, and the Cabal thought I was trying to taunt them. They thought I was, trying to mock them. They thought I was they thought I was trying to do something sinister. They thought I was playing games, but really my intentions were pure. I was really trying to help them, and they made a bold assault, and they made a bold assault on several of us, main people, and it gave us the perfect end, and we came after them hard, and we submitted them. And this is what's going to happen to the Illuminati, the SSP Alliance, reptilian humans, and the anti-Mars Germans and the powerful families on this planet. This is inevitable. It's just a matter of them. I mean, literally, they're at a loss because if they don't do anything, I mean, they're gonna slowly go down. They're just it's gonna be longer to take them down if they don't do anything. But if they make an assault on us, we're able to cement them. But we're not out for war. We're not out for blood. That's not how we work. We're actually trying to convert these forces. Actually, we're trying really hard to convert the Cabal over to us peacefully, but they were so warlike and they're so hell bent on battling us that we had no choice but to cement them. But we were actually trying to peacefully bring them over to our side. So so we don't wish war. We don't wish to hurt people. That's not how we work. We wish to empower and uplift people. So sorry if that's a long video, but you guys had to hear this. This is all true happenings, and I mean, I gotta do this. This is important. I do this. Alpha Lotus Silkworm, High Lotus Area Lenza. This is true, right? I have nothing but good intentions for everybody. I have nothing but the highest and purest, extremely high and pure intentions for everybody. I extremely love people, and I have only the highest and purest for intentions for anybody. And this is true. I really don't hate anybody. I really have no hate for anybody. I have no sadness. I have no negative, no toxic. Um, I don't. These people think that I think evil thoughts, and this is true. I don't think evil thoughts. I don't. Evil thought never crosses my mind. I don't think that I can gain something from them or I can trick them. And this is true that I don't ever think that I can trick people or I can control people. This is true that I don't ever try to trick people. I don't ever try to control people. I try really hard to convince them and hope that they make the right choice. They make the highest and purest choice for themselves by me offering it to them. And this is my nature. Because I is this I Alpha Lotus Silkworm High Lotus Uriel Lenza. Isn't it true if I control somebody or if I do something dark and twisted, if I try to trick somebody, this is a downgrade. It's a huge downgrade for me. And is this right? I would never do that because I don't. Because I know what this downgrade means. It means you know it means suffering for me, and I don't wish to suffer. This is the truth, right? See, you got all yeses. See, I'm telling the truth. You guys had to see that because you guys got to realize that I'm being honest and I mean you well because you in your hearts you believe that I'm trying to trick you. You believe that I have something sinister. That I have something up my sleeve that I'm trying to control you. That I'm trying to mind tricks. I'm a, I gain suffering. I get suffer. I suffer if I control you or I trick you.